Hello, hello. Welcome to day 1526 of Connecting the Thoughts. Code for today is procrastination is an escape. Procrastination is an escape. And today is the first day of the 5-day challenge, consistency challenge. I have with me Prajesh, who's joining us all the way from New Zealand, and it is actually 6 a.m. for him. He is a mind clarity coach, works aggressively and a lot with students, and I'm just going to let him speak now.
Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. And yeah, I love this culture, procrastination. As you know, okay, that's an area that I'm really fascinated in because with young people and everybody, actually, procrastination is part of our life. Even though
Yes,
we try to ignore that, we all procrastinate,
we
all
all
of us.
procrastinate, and
Exactly.
and and I think today I want to shed. I want to keep procrastination in the good light. I want to
Yes.
say that procrastination is an escape. It's not about it's done to death that everybody, yes, procrastinates. However, it's called the culprit. But
Exactly.
today I want to call it in a different. I want to showcase it in a different light, and I want you to tell me more
Yeah,
about what you think about this.
I think that that's really, really powerful because I think, like you said, people think procrastination is a bad thing. But if we reframe that, procrastination is actually a powerful tool. Because
Mm,
if you think about when you procrastinate or when you think you're procrastinating, you feel guilty for not doing something.
mhm.
You don't feel like you're procrastinating if you're not guilty for doing something. You feel procrastination if you haven't done the dishes or if you haven't exercised or if you haven't done something moving forward. You don't feel procrastination if you haven't watched a TV show. That never
Oh
happens,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched a TV show. Oh, I feel guilty now. That doesn't happen. Oh, I
Mm,
haven't eaten junk food. Oh, I'm procrastinating. No, that doesn't happen. So if you reframe and go, actually, if I think about procrastination in a positive way, it's actually
mm,
showing you as an individual what you should be doing or you want to be doing, or your body's saying, hey, this is what I want to do. So you reframe and go, you sit with the thought,
mm.
procrastinating. Okay, wait a minute. This is positive, and how can I use this to move forward? As opposed to, oh, I'm lazy, procrastination, not gonna happen.
Hmm. Another way of looking at it, I mean, when I came up with this quote, the idea that was in my mind is procrastination is usually a detour that we take. Like, for instance, if I have some a big task that I need to get done, procrastination just allows me that little bit of an escape because I might be afraid of what would happen if I should do that task. For
Yeah,
instance, that big call to make and I procrastinate on it because maybe if I make that call, I might lose the contract or I might get the contract, which just means I need to put in extra effort.
yeah,
So I'm just kind of idling or I'm just buying myself just a little more time. I'm escaping from the next step forward because I am probably dealing with imposter syndrome. There could
100%.
be a few other things that might be going on in the background. And because I don't want to address that, I'm just going to procrastinate.
Totally. And I agree with you. It goes back to awareness. Procrastination brings you awareness. So if
Hmm.
you sit with it, if you sit with it and you go, why am I actually procrastinating? Is it because imposter syndrome? Is it because I'm actually afraid of the outcome? Or I don't actually know what I want to do? But too often we don't sit and we just procrastinate and we just do something else. We use procrastination as a distraction, not to sit with it. So
Hmm.
if you sit with it, like you said, and you go, wait a minute, actually, let me just think about this for a second. Why do I want to make that call there? Because I'm afraid. Why am I afraid? And you go into deeper thought. And I
Hmm.
think what a lot of us do is we procrastinate as a distraction, into
Yep.
distraction, not
Yes.
into awareness. Yes.
Yes. And I think the a good step forward to take would be when you catch yourself procrastinating, when you catch yourself, idling time away, ask
Yeah.
yourself, what is it that I'm actually supposed to be doing, and what could be the outcome of that task? And what is it about that outcome that I am probably dreading or not really comfortable with, and where is this coming from?
Totally, totally. And I think it all comes back to like you said before, the next layer, the next layer
Hmm.
of depth. What am I actually afraid of? I'm using the word afraid as a because that's the term we all relate to. But it might be
Yes.
something different. It might just be, oh, maybe I'm not ready.
Hmm.
uh, Maybe I don't have the right resources, just those other things. And if you have those resources, you can move forward. Or maybe the drive is not there. Maybe it's not the correct thing for you at that correct time. But if you
Yeah.
don't sit with it and go, actually, let me just think about this for a couple of minutes or day, whatever the time frame is, then you then you don't know.
Hmm. Hmm. So it's almost like saying there are things you know, there are things you don't know, and there are things you don't know. So it's
It's
just about sitting with it and understanding what exactly
yeah,
is going on.
yeah.
So
And I'd love to add a one extra bit to the end of that quote there. So
yes.
so procrastination is an escape into reflection. And if we
Ah,
add that into
I like
reflection, that'll
that.
just change the whole phraseology totally.
Beautiful. And that's the power of these conversations, isn't it? It's all
Yeah,
about connecting the thoughts. So there's a thought that I present, and then the audience comes in, and I just thought this would be a great way to open up the platform and say, hey, come on board, let's have a conversation together. Let's keep the consistency going
yeah,
for
totally.
5 days. Thank
Yeah,
you for accepting that.
no worries. And before you go, can I just mention to your audience out there, just last week I just released a procrastination awareness book. Well, it covers awareness. It's a free ebook. If you find me on my socials, it's there. Yeah, check it on my Instagram and my LinkedIn. So have a read of that. It's a free ebook. 5 very simple things to have a read of.
and
That'll be
and
awesome.
that's why I chose this quote to start with these
Right.
conversations with you. In fact, would it be okay if we included the link in the description? You can later
Yeah,
on.
sure. Yeah,
I'll add in the description on YouTube, and anybody who wants to download can download it from there as well.
perfect. Easy. Yeah,
Super.
that's
Let's make it even more easier. So
brilliant.
thank you, Prijit. Is there anything that you'd like to share as closing comments to this? Because you
Yeah,
have
I
a
think
book.
yeah, I have the book, but also the other thing is, as you start the new week wherever you're in the world, um, think about what you have in front of you and think about why you want to do it. Whatever you have your week is, don't break it. Don't go, oh, on Friday I've got to do this. Break it right down to the one step that you have to do. And if that one step is you've got to take some time to think about it, just break it right down. Don't think about the end goal. Think about the goal in front of you.
I like that. And I think what when you're thinking about the goal just in front of you, it's easier. It doesn't look like, oh, I have to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. It's more like I have to do it one
One
step
step at a
at a
time.
time, one step at a time. Thank you so
Exactly.
much, Prajesh.
No
And
worries.
before you go, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. So, I am based out of New Zealand, like you said. I work in the space of mindsets, mindset clarity, and also transformational coaching, and also a lot of breathwork stuff. And I work in that space because I think a lot of us in our lives we want to do things, but we get to a stage where we get to a crossroad, and we have all
Mm,
these choices. And when we get to that crossroad, we don't have clarity of why we want to move to a certain stage. We have this idea,
mm,
but at the crossroad, there's no awareness or clarity, and that's the space that I work in and go, right, cool. How do we take this idea you have at this crossroad and move into a decision? Because my belief is there's no good or bad decision or choices. There's just a choice that you make,
mm.
and then once you make that choice, you go with it for however long that is. Yeah, that's who I am, and I guess you'll get to know me a bit over the next 5 days.
Yes, we will. Thank you for joining us today. And I am running a 21-day habit building program. It's called Reset for Success, where anybody who would like to register is happy to. I can share the link. I will be sharing the link in the description. The idea is 21 days of daily tasks that people can do. It's really, really simple ones, like you said. That take that one step forward and build towards how you can reset for success. So I invite the listeners and my audience and yours to hop on board and to also consider what procrastination means to them. So, if this conversation has been of value to you in any shape or form, please, as Pradesh added to the quote, he said, "I procrastination is an escape to reflect." So we're going to use the power of I am and write I am reflecting in comments and tag a friend who needs to receive this message. If you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe, hit the like button. And until tomorrow, keep smiling, keep shining, stay safe, and thank you for connecting the
Everybody,
thoughts with me. Thank you so, so much, Prajesh. I'll see you tomorrow, same time.
on it, same time.
Bye bye.
Fantastic.
Yes,
Bye.
bye.